are on our way to Lauren's, and I want you to meet hubby. You guys haven't met hubby yet.
How you doing, everybody?
Mike.
My name's Mike. I'm Patty's husband. We've been married for 27 years.
He's a doll. Can you show them our back seat, please?
So this is the back seat. And the trunk looks like that.
I did something, honey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you squatted the whole car. You filled it so much. We look like homeless people running around.
We're going to go get some of it out, right?
Not enough.
So he moved a bunch of crap from the trunk for me, and we loaded the trunk down with Lauren's good stuff, and we are on our way to Lauren's to drop that off. So we'll get right back with you.
Is my hair okay?
You're gorgeous, baby.
Did you start it?
Yeah, that's on there. You're getting hit.
All right. Go.
All right. We did not do the filming. You know what? Look up real quick for me. What is the real feel right now? When we were at Lauren's, her garage is where she keeps all her things, and she it's cold. It is cold here in we're Southeast Michigan.
Yeah, we're Southeast Michigan. Southeast
Michigan, that's what I thought. So wait, I want to tell you just how cold it is right now. What is the real feel? Real feel, it's only 22. It sure feels like real feel 7 or something crazy. It's a bitter cold out there, but I was not standing out there to film, and I told Lauren that we would make plans to do a real video and do that. So we have to complete this video with hubby. So since you went into the whole we've been married for 27 years, because this guy, he knows the dates, he knows what year, he knows how long it's been, he knows all those things. I do not pay attention to dates. It's not my thing. I don't care what date, I don't care how long. This guy knows. So we've been married, 27 years?
Yep.
And how long were we together before we got married?
33. 35 now.
35 years altogether?
Yeah.
I believe that. Oh, yeah, because I was 16 and now I'm 51.
So, yeah.
What can we tell these guys? Because we have to fill this video in. We could start with like where we're at now and kind of rewind a little bit. You know, Mike is supposed to be doing his channel too, and this is also an example of how he can be more diligent about getting his channel going. His channel is Van Bed and Breakfast, because he built out a camper van, and we hit the road for about 8 months. It was quite an experience.
Yes, it was.
Where'd we go?
We took off to Arizona 2 years ago, and we went down to Quartzsite, Arizona, and kind of tooled around there. It's a kind of a snowbird getaway, nomad getaway for the winter. Kind of stays nice around that time of year and all. And so when spring came around, we kind of traveled around. We ended up into Lake Havasu, Arizona, and I worked through a temp agency there, and we hung out there for, what was it, about 2 months? Month and a half, 2 months? I think it was a month and a half. And then we kind of moved around just a little bit more. What was that, Kingman and another place. We ended up in Vegas for just a second, but that didn't work out for our van life.
It was not a good place to be.
Not a good van life.
Not
place.
with the dogs.
Not with dogs, and not with a camper. And so we ended up finding work up in California, and we worked in a campground up in California, which was really awesome. Met some awesome people out there. I was a maintenance man, and Patty worked in the office and store, and we had a really good time for 5 months. Met some really, really awesome people. Wasn't a regular campground like different people every weekend. These people like owned their spots and took care of their spots, and you know, some of these people had their spot passed on through their family, you know, and grew up there their whole life. So it was really cool, and they always had different little events going on and stuff. And yeah, it was awesome. We're on our way back. We came through Yellowstone and through the Dakotas and through the top. You know, came across through the UP of Michigan and came down that way. Well, it was a really awesome adventure. Had some bumps along the way, of course. You know, you always do, but we overcome, and we got along.
We might talk about them one day. Not right now. So then, when we got home in September. Got home in September, and my mom was sick, and we spent some time here taking care of her, which was just like, I think it was 3 weeks she was in the hospital, and we lost her, and so we got some things together. We waited until after the holidays to leave again?
Well, I worked the sugar beet harvest during that time, and the Michigan sugar beet harvest in the Thumb up in Sandusky, Michigan, and they put me up in the campground with, you know, my camper van, and I stayed there. And my sister actually did her first little adventure in her motorhome and went to the sugar beet harvest with and worked that as well. And yeah, we had a pretty cool time doing that. Made some good money. I would love to go do that again, but I would kind of think I wanted to try the Dakotas, but I got to have a more secure rig, have, you know, a shower and stuff like that, my own water, because they don't put you up in like a campground like they did here in Michigan. You're basically out there on site and on your own, so to speak, miles from a town. So yeah, that would be cool.
So then you did that, and we went.
And then we got through the holidays, and then we took off to Kentucky to see Uncle Tom.
So okay, here's what happened. Wait, when we came home, I had insisted that we try the 2-vehicle travel thing, and I got myself a minivan, and he kind of put like a makeshift build in it real quick, and we were going on a test run to see if we liked having the 2 vehicles or not. That's why we went to Kentucky, to see my uncle.
Yes.
We did some touring around there.
Yeah, we stayed with him for like, what, 2 nights?
I don't know, but when we stayed New Year's Eve at a Buc-ee's.
Stayed at Buc-ee's New Year's Eve. Yep, first time at Buc-ee's. It was a nice little adventure, like that place. But when we woke up in Kentucky, it was cold. It was really cold, and our whole adventure for going to Kentucky really was to try and get away from some of this cold weather of Michigan, and it just was not really working out to getting away from the cold, because although it's Kentucky, yeah, it was still very, very cold. So we started getting a little antsy and started looking for where is a warm place, and the only place was near a coast. And so we said, let's just pack up and go to New Orleans. But we had to come home first and get all of our stuff, because we were only doing a temporary run when we took off to Kentucky and didn't really have any of our stuff with us. So we had to come back up here, grab all our stuff, and then take off and run all the way down to Louisiana.
I loved it there.
It was awesome. It was, and I worked down there through a temp agency and picked up a few different jobs through that. And yeah, it was really cool. While I was working, she'd take the dog and go and explore and go to parks and see different things. And yeah.
So with all that said, in what little bit, I mean, I feel like we've seen a lot because that's a lot for us. But I have to say, Michigan, the Midwest, the weather, the seasons, the Great Lakes, none of that to me has really topped it for living. It's all great for vacation. The desert to me was a sad and lonely place in the winter. And then California, where we were up in what part of California? Like, would you say more northern?
We're about midway. We were east of Stockton, southeast of Sacramento, up in the mountains.
In the mountains, which means, yeah, there was trees. Finally got to some trees. They were all pine trees. There was no other trees there. I am a Midwest girl. Mama need a tree. Mama need a variety of trees. It's got to be.
Yeah, we got...
Same thing happened when I went to Florida. Got onto the beach. This is great for about 4 hours because then I'm done. Get me to some trees.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the great thing about the Great Lakes is that you got water, sky, sand, and trees. You're not stuck with just water, sky, sand, water, sky, sand. So, we were in Louisiana for a little over a month.
A little over a month.
A little over a month. And in the beginning of February, our daughter called and she said, "Mom, you gotta come home. I have leukemia." She was 31 and we have a granddaughter, but we no longer have our daughter. So between the 8 months of being with her through her illness and now recovering from losing her and making sure that we're here for a granddaughter, the long-term travels are on long-term hold. But maybe in the future we still would like to try it again. And at least we would like to try to get ourselves to the point to where, you know, we can do a few weeks at a time, a couple months at a time or something like that and then get back home.
Snowbirds, so to speak.
Maybe,
You
yeah.
know, get away for the winter and maybe come back in the spring, summer, fall.
We'll see what happens. But so that's what his channel is actually supposed to start and support. Well, Pages of Giving here is supposed to support my need to give away all of his money.
I don't have a lot.
His channel is to support us. So we'll see if we can manage to be diligent. We are now day 5, I believe, of our 30-day challenge. And like I told you, even if this is what it's going to look like, I'm gonna succeed at this challenge. So we love you. Thank you. Don't forget, like, subscribes, and shares. Help me out. It will push everything to the front. It will tell YouTube that my things want to be seen, whether it is or not. It helps. So if you could just do that, I'd appreciate it. Love you. Good night.